difference there. The youngest island, it's still growing. Kilauea is still erupting every year, creating new lava. So in a way, it's still in its infancy. You come here to Kauai, we're 5.5 million years old. So there's 5 million years difference between those two islands. We're actually shrinking here in Kauai. We lose about 2 to 3 inches in circumference around the coast. The cool thing that I thought of, though, I'm not aware of any other place in the world. I don't know where any other place that you can go and witness an island being born, so to speak, like on the Big Island, and go backwards in time 5 million years here to Kauai. This is what you end up with. Each one of these lines along the canyon wall represent a different layer of lava. The island of Kauai was being born. Of course, over the last 5.5 million years, erosion took place and exposed all this, gave us this beautiful canyon. When you come up here, the very first overlook, you'll pull over, you'll see a waterfall way out in the distance. It's going to be coming up here. We'll bring it on the right-hand side first and right back around on the left, but get a much better view from the helicopter, but still stop, check it out. It's beautiful up there. This is called Waipo'o Falls. It's an 800-foot waterfall. If you like to hike, nice hiking trail right there above it. You can see the people above the cliff and right above the waterfall. And it's called Canyon Trail. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half for most people to get down to the waterfall. Funny story, a couple weeks ago I came up here. You see a lot of people up there right now, but you don't usually see the hikers up there early in the morning. 3 weeks ago I came up here, first flight of the day. Didn't expect to see anything, and then I look over there. There's a guy, or somebody in a dinosaur costume right there where all those people are running back and forth. I was like, that's so cool, man. That's somebody you want to hang out with, right? They stayed up there till about lunch, and a couple of flights later, I look over and I look up at the airport, and there's one family coming out. The mom and dad, 3 little boys. 2 of them were twins, and one was a little bit older, but they all 3 boys had on their Jurassic Park shirts. And I was like, oh, please let that dinosaur still be there. And so I started teasing the kids right away about seeing a dinosaur. And they're like, nah, there's no dinosaurs. And I'm like, guys, I promise there's a T-Rex. I've seen him twice today. Nah, there's no T-Rex. And so we went back and forth the whole way. And whoever it was perfect, because it made the turn. They came running down the trail, stopped about halfway, did a little dance, spun around a couple of times, waved at us, took off running. Kids went nuts, man. They had the best time. As soon as we cross the edge of the canyon, you'll look straight down. You'll see the road, Highway 550, that brings you up here. That's the overlook down on the left. And a beautiful view of Ni'iau straight ahead. I just ordered that same costume off Amazon last week. I hike in there about once a month, and I thought, man, those kids had so much fun with that. If I could do that for one kid, man, it'd be all worth it. This is all part of Kokee State Park, which surrounds the majority of Waimea Canyon. So between the two, there's around 19 hiking trails out here. Plenty of places to explore. You'll notice a lot of four-wheel drive roads underneath us. This is a really popular hunting, camping area for us. Locals will hunt wild pigs, Spanish goats, which are similar to billy goats, and then also black-tailed deer, first brought in from Oregon back in 1961. Estimated about 1,000 of those. Now you guys may have heard we have 1 or 2 wild chickens on the island too, yeah? You've been lucky enough to see those, right? You know why we have so many wild chickens in Kauai, right? It's because we only have 1 Kentucky Fried Chicken on the whole island. Makes sense. Now, 1992 we had Hurricane Iniki, did a lot of damage to our island, and a lot of chickens that were here escaped during that time. There's only 2 islands in Hawaii that does not have the mongoose. They were never introduced in Kauai or Lanai, and so other than the 1 KFC we have, the chickens don't really have a natural predator, and so they just began to naturally multiply after that. One of the things the locals realized during that time is the more chickens we have, the less centipedes we have. Centipedes in Hawaii are horrible. They give the worst bites ever, so if you see one, stay away from those things. Chickens eat those all day long. We would rather have more chickens, less centipedes, so they actually serve a purpose here other than waking you up at 4 a.m., right? All this equipment to our left, locals, we all call that the golf balls. There's actually one up to the right. It's just a little bit harder to see, but all that equipment belongs to Barking Sands Missile Range, which is a Navy base. one of the very first lines of defense for the United States as far as tracking missiles coming into U.S. airspace, and hopefully, fingers crossed, being able to intercept those. Of course, right now with North Korea making a lot of threats to the United States, we put a lot of faith in that system, and so that's where a lot of that technology comes from. They test it from time to time. The last 4 months, though, they've really done a lot more tests, more so than usual. That lets me know they're taking this stuff serious. It's not just news. Guys, whether you've never seen it or you've seen it a million times, welcome to the beautiful Nepali coast. Truly one of the most beautiful places I think you'll ever see.
Red roses too, I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
What I'd like to do is I got a couple of beaches I'll bring along the right hand side. We'll talk about those. Bring it right back around for Danielle and Jason. Make sure everybody gets a great view. Promise not to leave anybody out, but see the first beach right here at 1 o'clock low adjacent to where the sailboat is. That's called Hanapu. See the famous arch right through the middle of it. It's the tallest sea arch in Hawaii, right at 90 feet tall. You may recognize that from a couple of movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, Stranger Tides, when Captain Jack Sparrow ran through the middle of that. And also the 1976 movie King Kong, when they first came ashore, that's where they were at.
People going by, I see friends.
The very next beach ahead is Kalalau Beach, and you may see some tents or kayaks on that beach. There are some shelters in the trees in the back. That's the end of the Kalalau hiking trail. Right above it, the beautiful windswept ridges we call the cathedrals.
I watch them grow.
When you guys drive up to Waimea Canyon, go to the very end of the road past the canyon. You're going to step at a lookout. This is Kalalau Valley. You'll end up on that ridge in the very back, and that's, to me, the most beautiful overlook on the whole island. Some nice hikes up there also.
Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
There's Danielle and Jason again. Kalalau Beach, cathedrals, and then Hanapu Arch coming up. Kind of a cool inside story on the Hanapu Arch and Pirates of the Caribbean. One of my good friends, he flew Captain Jack Sparrow in and out of this beach doing the filming for that. Said it took 9 days to do that. You go back and watch that movie, there's only 9 seconds. That's an expensive 9 seconds, man. It's probably why we pay $20 for a bag of popcorn when we go to the movies. But it's actually a video clip on YouTube. You can go back and see that. Or a helicopter lands down here. Jack Sparrow comes out, full costume, talks about it. It's a really cool thing. I just found that recently. Now the beach, the arch, and the valley is very sacred. The only way to visit this beach is to swim in without a special permit like what we had for the filming. Reason being, this is also known as